Welcome. My name is Dungeon Master, and I'll be your guide to the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Or, I'm also known as Marcus and the Individual, and welcome to a very special session of Convergence Manifesto. Before I continue... Oh, wow, that was...
The saddest celebration.
We're going to try that again later, but first of all, welcome everyone to Horde of Tales for our 1-year anniversary session of Convergence Manifesto. I, dressed as the Dungeon Master in the officially licensed D&D costume, am Marcus, also known as the Individual, and I am, for today's celebrations, joined by these 4 fantastic players who have been on this year-long campaign already, and who went all out, completely bonkers. Just look at these people, how much effort they put into these costumes. I must quickly introduce these geniuses to you. We have Sariel as Rebus. We have Ida as Rayn. We have Austin as our very own Dythun. And we have Caro as Delphine here. How's everybody doing?
It's cold. Oh no.
Oh, sorry, Ada.
It's so funny to me. You don't have cold resistance like Rayn, so that explains it.
IRL, I have the least cold resistance. I emanate cold, is what it is.
Emanate? So you have permanently Armor of Agathis cast on you or something?
Yes.
Wow.
I do cold damage to other people who get near me.
Something needs to psychoanalyze that.
Well, I meant at a temperature rate, but if Dr. Austin is in, please shrink my head.
I have I have worse intelligence than Dythun, so don't expect much.
Well, as you might have guessed, this is a very special session for our 1-year anniversary. And not are we only having our 38th session today, we also decided to all get dressed up. We gave the stream a little bit of a redo. Thank you very much for that, Caro, putting on some new paint on the stream. And also down in the bottom right corner now, we have closed captions for our players here. So you can also read along with what we're saying, and hopefully that will help for people for adding that extra bit of accessibility also to our streams and make it all the better for everyone who likes to join us. Next to that, as it's not a celebration without a few presents, we like to give away presents here, and if you've been keeping an eye on our socials, we are going to have a little giveaway today. We will be giving away some gift cards. We'll be giving away DM's Guild content. Ida, would you maybe quickly tell us what we're giving away here today?
We are giving away goodies. So thank you everyone for joining. We're going to be giving away prizes throughout the course of the session, not just during the break. So please don't go away. We're going to be giving out bundles, 1 bundle per giveaway. And a bundle consists of a $10 gift card to Die Hard Dice, not sponsor affiliated. Die Hard Dice is an amazing company, has great customer service, and has really nice click-clacks. And with $10, you can buy yourself a pretty good set. If you're in Europe, that's gonna cover pretty much of shipping. You need to pitch it like €1 or 2, or put it through for like another really bigger, fancier set that you want. Really recommend. And also included will be a digital copy of the DM's Guild Silver bestseller, Silver Medal of the Prismatic Guild, written by our very own Caro. So definitely stick around, and when we say so, you will see instructions on how to enter, and best of luck to you. Please stay in the chat as long as you can so we can reach out to you. We will do our best as well to try to reach out via Discord, so make yourself known. Please, that helps us very much. Thank you.
Exactly. So as Ida also mentioned, keep an eye on chat. We'll keep an eye on the channel here as we're going to announce when a giveaway is starting. And throughout this game, we'll be giving away fantastic goodies. Talking about a game, how about I'll slowly get us into that. But before we do that, our typical announcements before we start the game. You are here at the birthday party of Horde of Tales, an anniversary for a campaign. Here on Tuesdays, we run now already for more than a year, actually, a little bit more than a year. We run the Convergence Manifesto, a D&D 5th edition game set in the world of Eberron and following the adventures of the Convergence Manifesto adventure series. Right now, our characters are in a little intermission to the campaign is written, known as a Prophecy of Storms. But if you want to check out what kind of adventures we have already run and you're curious about the Convergence Manifesto, check out acrosseberron.com for more information. Our beautiful overlay is made by Caro, and the character artwork that you see is a cooperation between Serial and Caro. The music that we play here is by Dark Fantasy Studios. Our virtual tabletop of choice is Foundry Virtual Tabletop. And if you see any kind of battle maps, they were probably made in Dungeon Draft by Megasplood. Whew! Also, even on our anniversary, we're still working with CatVantage here. Of course, we're going to use CatVantage. So, for those who don't know how it works, for almost a year now, when there's a cat coming on screen, and I'm sorry, Austin, as great as your outfit is, I'm not counting it as a cat for today. When you see a cat, oh God, no, I'm sad. No,
I'm making a corn cat.
A unicorn cat.
Wait. When you see a cat on screen, you can use your channel points to give to one of the players, and the players include the GM, CatVantage. If you give someone CatVantage, you will see a cute little kitty cat popping up. I'm popping it up next to Austin right now. It pops up, and they can use that to give themselves advantage on one die roll. Keep in mind that every player can only have one dose of CatVantage, so don't give it to someone that already has a cute little kitty cat on stream. And because it is our anniversary stream, I, as the GM, hereby decide that for this special game, all of us are gonna start with a dose of CatVantage. Everyone is going to get one.
Yes! Yes!
And we're all just going to, I'm just gonna turn on all the cute little kitty cats for everyone. And with that being said, let's roll the intro, and then we'll be right back for session 38. And there we are again. Wow. I still love seeing that intro roll, and I'm just really looking forward to this session today. That's all I'm going to say for now, because wow. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy anniversary to our stream. And to many,
we did it.
And to many natural 20s for everyone.
Hopefully.
Yay!
So, without me burning down the hair on my DM costume,
that would be hilarious. Good content for YouTube.
For some, it would be. What is a little bit less hilarious is the circumstances in which our party currently finds themselves. And the situation that they are currently dealing with. When last we left our party, Delphine had turned herself in for a bounty that was put on her head. An enormous amount of gold that was put out by her very own family. As she was taken away into custody, the rest of the party was working with her cousin, Darien de Lyrandar, on a plan to get Delphine also out of this situation. And their solution was, I must say, brilliant. Just pose as tourists for the Lyrandar estate with Darien as your own personal tour guide. On the way there, Rayn succeeded in having Darien call her mommy, though she was, of course, just inquiring about his family relationships, how the family was actually set up.
Or was she?
Who knows? We learned a little bit more about the situation with Baroness Asravash de Lyrandar and how she seems to become more and more interested in these kind of draconic prophecies. Delphine, meanwhile, as she arrived at the compound, had a brief meeting with her own father, Léowyn de Lyrandar, before being escorted to her own chambers. A large room with many comfortable things, but still restricted to that part of the Lyrandar estate. The party, after Darien helped them getting entrance as a bunch of tourists, did take in the sides of one of the beautiful squares that are part of the Lyrandar compound, had an interaction with a character that they decided to dub Karen, but also bumped into a orc woman known as Haral, who bumped into Dythun, which triggered a strange vision for Dythun. And we do know that usually visions are not the domain of Dythun in this party. However, the Haral apologized for her disturbance, introduced herself as a painter here for House Lyrandar. And the party decided to tag along with her after also framing Karen for using inappropriate magic. So that was that as well. And Delphine, in her chambers, did have a brief reunion with another person from her past, namely the tiefling man Belden Zane, who seemed to have quite some history with her, and who did also tell her that he had been working to get these strange parts of draconic prophecy to Baron Asravash. It's around that place where we ended the session, and we are going to pick the session up with the majority of the party. You have been tagging along with Darien and your new made companion Haral to get further into the Lyrandar estate. You've left behind the open square that you came in through, and are now in one of these open wings of the building. Wide hallways that gently branch off into smaller chambers. What all of you would notice is how crisp and fresh the air is in here. It's almost as if there's permanently a gentle breeze going in here, and just this hint of the smell of mint is in the air. As you peek into some of the side chambers, you see that there's a collection of baths that people make use of. You see people just casually climbing in and out of them. Some of them having conversations and just relaxing in what seems to be this kind of, relaxation part of the estate. Darien, who has taken it upon him to take a bit of lead, is already strutting, his posture very straight, and he says, see, you can visit 1 million bathing houses all across the continent. You can go to the most exotic spas in the most beautiful places. But I can assure you that a bath here, in one of the Lyrandar baths, doesn't compare.
Why is that exactly?
It's just, you're not just bathing here. Whenever I took the chance to find some respite, I always came upon individuals with whom I could have fascinating conversation. And I do find that relaxation for the body This is important as relaxation for the mind, and what relaxes me is good conversation.
Oh, I was thinking the other sort of relaxation you do with bodies in a bathhouse. Like that strapping young man we saw at the front gate.
He certainly is a strapping young man. He's working well as a guard to our house, and I've had the honor of being kept safe by him many times.
But there's something missing from this bathhouse. I mean, yes, it's probably as lovely as you say, but there's something about receiving the sun's warm rays upon you while relaxing by the water. As Rayn is conjuring up the detect thoughts she did, seeing that Darian and the guard had a bit of a beach fling.
And you see Darian's expression, who was just having a smile on his face, just listening to what you're saying. It slowly turns into an expression of surprise, and then realizing that he's talking to you, Rayn. And this is not the first time he's having these kind of conversations with you. He looks at you and says, those are the kind of things that I do indeed prefer to do elsewhere.
Next time, let me know. I can give quite some good recommendations. You know, myself having some experience in that sort of bathing as well.
Well, if you want to try some exquisite bathing, not far from here, there should be one of the steam baths. And as Darian says that, you hear echoing down from the hallway, there's like this... Darian looks. Oh, sometimes it does that. The gears and the servos and everything. It just gets stuck sometimes. Most unfortunate. Anyway, we should be over here. There's some beautiful murals that I can show you as well. I mean, I am still your guide here, am I not?
Indeed.
Well then. And he swoops around, walking further down this long hallway, past some more of these baths, and you get to the end of the hallway, which has these beautiful glass doors with like this milky glass in it. All of these smaller panes colored in different colors, creating a very, almost like the image, when the light falls through this glass, it gets like the image of like a sunset over the ocean. And as Darian is about to open those doors, the doors open towards his direction. And you see that there is a man of, you see a half-elf, older half-elf gentleman standing there, long dark blue robes, long black bluish hair, and very dark eyes. And he has a short cane tucked under his arm, and he was about to just walk by, and then he looks and says, Darian, I did not expect to see you here. Darian goes, Lord Leowyn, I have a little bit of shore leave, so to speak. The harbors are in order, and I have decided to take some of my paid time off to show my, and he slowly turns around, show my acquaintances the beautiful estate that you call home.
Does the half-elf in front of us bear a resemblance to another half-elf we know?
Kara, would you say that Delphine and her father have a certain kind of resemblance?
maybe a bit in the face structure, but yeah.
So yeah, that would be a little bit like the kind of like the structure of the cheekbones, the nose, and everything. That would remind you of someone. And all of you would have been traveling with Delphine long enough to see a certain resemblance.
Rayn may or may not have like stared at Delphine while she was sleeping a few nights. Facepalm.
Well,
Yeah.
add it to the compilation. Gotta make a new one now.
The man, the tall half-elf, looks at the three of you. Welcome to the Lyrandar estate. I'm sure that Darian will fill your ears with tales both factual and fantastic in nature.
Oh,
How?
I love hearing tales. Have you any to share with us, sir?
Leowyn de Lyrandar. And I do have quite a few tales to share, but a certain lack of time. My appointment seems to be running late. And as he says that, you see the orc Haral, this orc woman you have with you, with her painter's bag and everything, look up. Oh, you're Leowyn de Lyrandar? She walks by. Hi, Haral. I'm the painter. You hired me? And Leowyn looks, all right. I expected you about 14 minutes ago. Yes, there was a little accident. Sometimes I trip over my own feet. As long as that does not impair your painting. Yes, Delphine?
No. Sorry, go ahead, Delphine.
Delphine would just step in and say, apologies, Lord Lyrandar, was it? Do not hold it against them. We were keeping occupied a little bit. Apologize for that. We went away. She was on schedule.
I see. You can see at that remark, Leowyn looks all over you. And all I'm going to tell you is I'm going to spend my cat vantage I gave myself.
Whoa. I was actually going to ask, do we know this is Delphine's dad?
Oh,
No. That's why Rayn, I asked, like, do we see a resemblance?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
see, I also have a question about that, but it doesn't necessarily need to come up this second.
Fire away.
Well, I was gonna ask, in Dythu's research, would that name have come up? Because Dythun did look into House Lyrandar quite a bit.
You did. You bring... Yes.
Would he be aware of the name?
Can you give me a history check with advantage, please?
Sure.
And to answer the question, if you know... For most of you, to answer the question, like, do you know this as the father of Delphine? By just looking at him, there's like this semblance, this resemblance. That would be something that you would pick up.
Weird. There's a little mark on my monitor. It looks like it says -1 to history. That's weird.
That's a strange mark.
Surely it's not that. I got a total 18.
You got a total of 18. And the name... Dyphon, would you agree if I said that you're not that good with names?
Well, okay. I know I've made this a bit, but I've never explained it. Dythun, because like Haral, Dythun remembers that name.
Yeah.
As soon as Lord Laren was said, he remembers that name. He remembers names of people he thinks might be important.
Gotcha.
But if he thinks they're not important, he does not care.
So, like, that ancient dude from history way back in the Fey realm, he didn't care who that was. Like, his party members, he knows their names, like, immediately. Like, I'm not trying to retcon my way into this, but I do have a reasoning for why he remembers certain names and why he doesn't. I just haven't vocalized it.
Exactly, no, but this is perfectly fine. And even though you have your ways with names, the name Leowyn de Lyrandar is something that would have come up in your research. He has been an influential rain caller in the house, and you do know that House Lyrandar uses rain callers to influence the weather where necessary. One of the big advantages the house has is that they can very much influence if it's going to rain or if there's going to be a storm, which is very beneficial if you're a house that's going into airships, and also if you're a house that's all about sailing and the likes. And the name Leowyn de Lyrandar would have come up in your research in attribution to his role as, at least at some point, Chief Raincaller.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
And as I just mentioned, I was using my Cadvantage for something that I just rolled. All of you see that Leowyn looks all over you. And could I get a round of insight checks from everyone who's here?
Insight.
Ooh, that's good.
7.
It's a total 21 from Rayn.
Also 21.
Nice.
Ooh. So, yeah, Rebus, you're looking at this man, and you do recognize you do notice this resemblance to Delphine, but what Delphine and Rayn notice is that you really much get the impression that there is quite a moment where you see that Leowyn is really taking all of you in. You get this feeling as if he's like thinking about what he's currently seeing here, as if he's trying to parse some information in his head, trying to place you.
Have we met, good sir?
If we have, I must apologize that I do not recall the occurrence. I do meet many people, and I consider myself a great raincaller, but not that great with faces.
Excuse me, you have called me before. I do not recall receiving messages from you, especially not within the Thunder Sea.
Is your name Rayn?
It is?
Huh. Apologies, I have never met someone with such a name before, but I can understand that my title can then cause some confusion. And as he notices, like, as you confirm that your name is Rayn, like, both Delphine and you, with your 21 insight, you notice that there's, like, briefly, like, his pupils go a bit wider for a moment, and there is this bit of realization over his face. And he tries to then quickly correct his posture, turns towards Haral. Haral, I do think you received my instructions on which chambers need the new paint. Ah, yes, and I do have the designs for that. I do not need to see them. Through this door, up the stairs, chamber 34. And he reaches out to, like, steps a bit closer to Aral, and you see him, like, put a hand on her shoulder. I will be checking your effort later. And can I also get a round of perception checks at this point, please?
Yeah, I think I know what Rayn would be looking for here, because I'm going to assume that Papa also might have a dragon mark.
22 for Rebus.
22 for Rebus.
So I can't give myself double advantage, right?
No.
You can spend your advantage.
Yeah.
Oh no, you already have Rayn total 14.
14.
And I know what I'm looking for as a player.
I got 13.
13. We'll get back to the Dragon Mark question in a moment, but I first want to focus on that really great roll from Rebus here. What Rebus would be the only one to catch is that as Leowyn stepped closer, he put one hand on Harald's shoulder and then just very quickly with his other hand seemed to have slipped something into a pocket of hers.
What kind of something? A note?
Something small that really fits in just like in a regular pockets in your pants.
Okay.
Small object. From what you can tell, Rebus, Harald is not responding to that, and she just nods and then steps back again and says, I will do an excellent job, my lord. Rayn, you were looking also if you can spot like a dragon mark or something.
Because I know Delphine has one, so she's like, you should run in the family.
I'm looking at Caro. Does your father have a dragon mark?
Yes.
Would it be in a place that would be visible when wearing regular clothing? Like something with long sleeves, something with long... All right. And you do not spot a dragon mark.
Rayn is nonetheless still like not subtly looking.
And with that exchange, after giving one more glance to the group, nodding, Leowyn de Lyrandar wanders off and walks down the direction that you came from, and Darian looks at all of you, and you now notice that Darian has actually a sheen of sweat on his forehead. That went better than expected. This seems his mind was a little bit preoccupied. Works in our advantage. Rebus.
So I'd like to go close to Rayn, just nudge her, and say, I forget for how long or how much distance you can have a connection with someone, but I saw him slip something into Harald's clothes, some kind of object. I was wondering if it would be important, and perhaps if you could gather her reaction to it. She didn't seem to acknowledge it, but just thought it might be worth mentioning.
I'll whisper back to Rebus. As far as connection to speak with someone, that has a fairly long distance. But if you're asking me to look into someone's mind and them not projecting their own voice, that executes some magic that has made us quite visible in this stronghold.
Right. Well, I guess we'll have to find out some other way. Or hope it's not important.
Darian, that gentleman also looked definitely in the family.
Yeah. Yes, family. It's a funny thing, isn't it? That was. He steps a little bit closer. That was Delphine's father.
Do we still see him walking away, Leowyn?
Yeah, he's a little bit in the distance.
Rayn nods approvingly.
Should we perhaps ask him about Delphine and the bounty?
I personally don't think that's a good idea.
How so? He might well, at the very least, he might be able to explain, and otherwise, maybe he might want to help her.
Well, there are two things. One, either he has no idea who we are, so why would he give that information to us, or he knows exactly who we are and why we're here. And secondly, I believe if he wanted to help her, he, if anyone, is in a position to do that already. Wouldn't you think?
That's fair. I guess I'm just having a bit of trouble understanding the whole situation.
Well,
I can't quite wrap my mind around it. Why would they want her now? What has she done that she didn't pay for already?
As you're having this exchange, Haral, who was previously a little bit away from the group, has stepped closer to the group again. And she stands there and says, I'm sorry, I did not mean to listen into the conversation, but I did pick up that you were talking about a certain Delphine?
Oh, yes.
Are you familiar?
And I did understand that Lord Leowyn is family of that individual?
Did not look like a parent concerned that their child was being held against their will by the family matriarch. Not very concerned at all.
If you don't mind, I think it would be wise if you watch me work while I paint.
Right.
You know, I was going to ask, what you're painting in a room, perhaps? It sounded like.
Yes, I have been hired to redo the paint in one of the rooms of this establishment. Sometimes, especially also in these very well-established places, you do notice when paint starts to crack a little, and it is good to put a new layer on.
Right. I do believe, I have a liking for the arts. I think it might be a good experience. What do you think, Darian?
Darian stands there and says, I still have so many places to show you. We aren't even done with a single wing. Why would we watch someone
Darian
paint?
hears in his head, and the only tour we're interested in seeing are potential routes to reach Delphine and routes for getting out of here.
And it's like mid-sentence, he was like telepathically interrupted, which is like it's weird seeing someone like stop mid-sentence from something you don't even perceive, and he stops like. I could do with a little master class in painting, I guess. Very well then, Miss Haral. I think Lord Leowyn said down the hall, up the stairs, chamber 43 or something?
34.
34, yeah.
34. See, this is the thing with numbers. I mean, I'm an excellent skyship captain and everything, but sometimes the measurements are a little bit off. There was this one time, and Darian is already walking away as he's going into this anecdote about him making measurements wrong and stuff like that. And
like measuring the severity of a storm, I say to the party members.
As he's basically now following Haral, who is walking through the open door and towards wherever chamber 34 might be. Meanwhile, elsewhere in our Lyrandar estate, Delphine, It is at this point about a quarter of an hour ago since Belden has left your room. A person from your past who has shown up here to see you in this gilded cage of yours, who probably brought up memories in an already complicated situation right now. Since Belden left, you haven't heard any sound from outside. You only heard through the window the sound of birds chirping and some of the echoes of people somewhere on the lower levels outside the Lyrandar estate having conversations. And of course, the distant sound of the ocean clashing against the shore. Is there anything specifically you would be doing at this point, Delphine?
Okay, so first of all, checking basically every cupboard or like closet, whatever is there, to see if there's anything of use in there.
You open the cupboards. There's like a few shelves and cupboards that you can open. Most of them have plates and cups in them. Some of them hold towels and some clothing. Just going through them, there's just these general household objects that you would expect to find. But as you're going through them, can you give me an investigation check, please?
Sure. Yeah, this dice is lost. I'm pretty sure I had another D20 somewhere. Nope. That was a net 1 for investigation.
Mm-hmm.
2.
You should cut advantage if you want.
Oh yeah, I want that.
All right, using that advantage.
That's better. That's 11.
11. As you're rummaging through the goods, there is in one of the cupboards, you find somewhere in the back, hidden behind some plates and very out of style glasses, drinking glasses. There is a little polished stone with your expertise you would identify as probably some kind of arcane markings on it.
Okay.
If you while you
ever
handle
seen something like this?
You have seen something like this before. This is a very small magic item that you can probably find throughout many rooms in the Lyrandar estate. And it is basically a kind of magical listening device. Whoever is connected to these, whoever is able to connect with them, can hear through them. And you remember them from your childhood and your teenage years because these were ways through which other members of House Lyrandar could listen in to conversations that were held all over the estate.
So, with that knowledge, would I assume that if I pack it up very tightly, that this magical ability is limited?
You could. It would not be the first time in your life that you basically would have wrapped one of these in a towel or something, or just put them in through a lot of stuff so you would muffle the sound. Because just with like regular hearing, the more stuff between you and whatever you're trying to hear, the harder it gets to hear it. So yeah, you could like start wrapping it up into something, But you would also know that if someone would like check in with this magical orb, they would probably notice that the sound coming through it is a bit muffled, and that might cause someone to get sent here to check your shelves.
That's okay. Because after finding this, I mean, it's a while since I'm now stuck in this room, and there's nothing going on, and it's quite boring. So, looking outside of the window and basically on the walls on the side, how difficult would it be to basically climb up to the next floor?
To the next floor, you want to go up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For someone with your experience, having worked on ships, climbing into masts and everything, not too hard. Once you get out of the room and you notice that the window, or like the like this glass door to a little balcony, is already slightly open. So getting out doesn't look like it would be hard, and climbing up to the next floor would be possible for you.
Okay. Then is it possible to go out of the room on this small balcony? Or is there any kind of magic that prevents me from doing this?
Would you have a way for you to tell you if there was any kind of magic going on here?
Oh, most likely not on that day. But to be fair, it doesn't matter that much if someone noticed that I'm going out there. That's what might prevent me from doing so.
That's true, yes. And with that approach, the door is slightly open. All you would need to do is maybe push it a little bit further open to step out on the balcony.
Okay. So from balcony to the floor, it's like two floors basically, like let's say 20 feet around that, maybe less.
About. For ease of calculation of falling damage, 20
Yes.
feet.
Okay. Okay. So nothing, no one is coming in. Nothing happened. I'm taking basically some of the bed sheets, just knot them together. Take like fastening to the bedposts or to something that is close to the window or to the balcony, and basically the thing that I'm doing is I will throw out these somewhat knotted together thingy, and then instead of going down, I'm climbing upwards.
So you throw the bedsheet rope down, but you're climbing
exactly,
up.
so that they think I have been going down. And I know, since I have grown up in this household, that if I would cast a spell, they would notice, most likely.
Yes. Yeah. You tie your bedsheet together. You get it ready for your rope. You walk over to the already ajar door of the balcony. And as you do that, could you give me a perception check, please?
Sure, I can do that.
There's already been so many rolls.
Perception. What is my
I
perception?
know, this is D&D. Who likes rolling dice?
15.
Gosh.
15. So you walk over with your rope in hand, your improvised escape rope / distraction maneuver. You walk over, and as you walk towards the balcony, you hear footsteps approaching in the floor outside of your room, and you can hear the guardsmen in front of your door. You can hear them. You can practically hear their armor like clinking as they probably stay straight in position, and you hear one of them say, Lady Matriarch.
That changes everything. Fucking shit.
Run even more.
No, the real plan was to get out of this fucking room, to get somewhere else, to basically look for her.
As you're standing there thinking, you hear
yeah, basically like, okay, yeah.
you hear a voice on the other side of the door. I am sure you've been keeping her safe? Yes, Lady Matriarch. One moment, I'll unlock the door for you. And you hear a key is going in.
Throwing that shit to the side, like under the bed.
Under the bed. Ropes and everything under the bed. The door unlocks. It's being opened.
Delphine turns off her cigarette, tries to get the smoke out of the room. So Mom doesn't see.
You have no clue how much he would like to smoke something right now.
The door opens, and standing in the opening, you see a tall half-elf woman, fairly pale complexion, long hair that goes way past her shoulders, in contrasting colors, with a beautiful satin gown she's wearing, and covering a significant part of her face, a very intricate, wavy dragon mark, striking eyes, the color of crashing waves at midnight. And she slowly steps into the room, and as she does that, Delphine, I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Uh-oh. I guess the rest of us should hurry up and actually get to her. Well,
is this a charm spell?
It is.
Okay,
so
I have
you
advantage
should
on
have
this.
advantage on that.
Yes. Okay, this is actually good. I have a 20.
Oh.
No, wait. A charisma saving throw was this.
Charisma, yeah.
That's a 23.
Ooh. You notice as Baron Esravash the Lyrandar, Matriarch of House Lyrandar, one of the most influential houses on the continent, steps towards you. And there's this brief moment of your knees buckling. This very brief moment of your body trying to do as she wants to. But you reject the very matriarch of your family in that. She looks at you as she notices that you're just standing there, holds her hands up. Delphine, you have returned.
Obviously.
You have brought yourself in on your own bounty. Or so I've heard.
Which I'm not even sure why it was even set up.
Motivation.
Oh, motivation. Mm-hmm.
To motivate those who might be interested in accelerating your return to your home. I cannot just ask a punished member of a family to just come home and be welcomed. You should have been brought in like the criminal that you are. And I am glad that you decided for wisdom of just turning yourself in. I shall take that into account for your judgment.
About what?
I have been too lenient in my punishment of your deeds. I have been too gentle. And I've come to the insight that has to be corrected.
Oh, 2 years or more afterwards? That's a bit out of sudden, isn't it?
I think you will agree with me that sometimes it takes some time to realize that one has erred in their ways. I just wanted to see you before you will be brought down to the collected court. I will speak judgment in front of the rest of the family. You will be brought down in probably less than an hour, maybe even less than that. You should, and she looks at you. And she doesn't continue that sentence, just looks at you and then says, "Don't worry. There will be no executions in House Lyrandar."
Oh, that is so good to know.
If only you had a little bit more of your father's humility. You could have played such a great role in our family.
And that's the point that no one ever understood. I didn't want to play a role in the family.
We don't always get to decide what roles we want to play. And maybe you do not accept that role? And I shall remind you of the role that fate has in store for you. And she turns around, her gown swooping around, and she moves out of the room again. Throws you one last look over the shoulder, and then the door is closed again and locked.
Okay, fuck that shit. I'm going out here.
Take the rope out of the bed again. Go over there.
No, I'm jumping straight from the balcony downwards.
All right. You're going straight down the balcony?
Yes.
All right. So you throw the rope out. You go through the open door to the balcony, and as you go through it, you notice that there is this very brief, you get these kind of goosebumps over your skin. And as if you're going through as if you go through some kind of resistance in the air, but you're already throwing your bedsheet rope off the balcony.
No, I'm not taking that bedroom sheet. I'm just jumping straight from the balcony.
Or the clifftop adventurers. This is what we do.
So on brand, and you jump off the balcony.
Fuck it, it's fine.
And in that shot, we can actually see Delphine just leaping off of the balcony down into the courtyard. And that's where we're going to take our first break of today. But before we go on break, I think it's time for our first bundle for giveaways.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, let's go.
So let me set it up. So
This deserves some extra lighting.
So while that gets set up, just to remind you, we're giving away the first bundle here includes a $10 gift card to dieharddice.com, amazing dice shop, which also includes a digital copy of the DM's Guild silver bestseller, The Prismatic Veil, written by Carol. So good luck to everyone. Instructions will come there.
So
type
it's up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's up, and you just type in !ticket and the number of tickets that you want to have, like one. You can only get one, so
So
that's
ticket,
how it is.
!ticket space 1.
!ticket space 1. You have to include the one jelly, so do that one more time.
Yes, that's how Stream Elements is doing it.
Perfect. Throw those tickets in there, and we are quickly going to take a little break. I think, how about we do, since we're going to do a little bit of a shorter break, we're going to be back in a few minutes. And so sit tight there, throw in your lot for the giveaway, and we'll be back in a few. See you in a few minutes.
Bye.
And there we are. We are back from our first small break for today, and we ran our first giveaway bundle in the break. We have a few entries for that, and we are going to put, well, the result of that into Destiny's hands.
Can I press the button?
Ida, you can press the button.
Well, okay. Congratulations, Gwenora.
Gwenora wins the first bundle for today. Congratulations, which is our bundle for a gift card for Die Hard Dice and the DM's Guild Silver bestseller, Prismatic Veil by our very own Caro. Congratulations, Gwenora. We'll contact you as soon as possible to make sure everything ends up in the right place.
To everyone else, we have 2 more of these bundles to give away throughout the stream. Okay, you can still win, and be sure to participate when we tell you to participate. Okay.
Listen to our instructions. We want to give you beautiful prizes. All right.
Call now the number that appears on the screen.
Well, before our short little first break for today, we had Delphine jump out or off of a balcony in true party fashion at this point, after having a conversation with Matriarch Azravash de Lyrandar herself. Our daring half-elf leaping off the balcony and out into the complex. Before we, however, deal with the consequences of that, let's have our camera, who was still focused on the jumping Delphine, pan over to another part of the complex, just a little bit further away from this place. And on the same floor as where Delphine was situated, but in a room that is full of furniture that has these blankets over them, ladders to stand on, pots of paint ready here, and now also the majority of our party, together with Haral in this room as she enters and closes the door behind her. She looks at all of you. Looks around, and then looks at Rebus. Could you do me a favor?
Sure, certainly.
She points to what seems like to be like a very large closet that's covered by a heavy blanket. Could you pull that blanket down, open the closet, and check if there's anything in there?
Right. I will go to the closet and just pull the blanket.
Pull the blanket down, and there's this large oak wood closet underneath it.
I will trust that there's no traps and just open the door.
You open it, and indeed there are no traps. And as you peek in, the entire closet seems to be empty.
What exactly am I looking for?
Is there anything in there? Not even like any small objects? Any kind of objects?
I'd like to look really well to make sure.
I'll walk over and help.
That seems to be your expectation, Haral.
You see, Haral is looking around, and she stands there. there is something in here. There is something in here, and we shouldn't have any further conversations before we found it.
I connect to Darian. What is she talking about?
Darian says, I don't know. Is this some kind of painter thing?
Alright, I'd like to investigate. Actually look for something small and hidden.
And Delphine, you were helping Rebus with
Yes.
that, right? Okay, Rebus, you can make an investigation check with advantage, please.
Okay. That's a 19 total.
Ooh, nice. So you don't find anything in that closet. But as you look around a little bit, also underneath the other furniture that has blankets draped over them, and you pull off the blankets on some places. And at one place, as you're investigating this place, you're pulling down a blanket, but you didn't notice that underneath that blanket, there were multiple chairs stacked on top of each other. And they come clattering down like on the ground. And however, as they come clattering down, you see that somewhere in between these stacked chairs, a small object was hidden. And there is a little smooth orb that rolls towards you now on the floor.
Oh. I'll pick it up. Do I recognize what this is?
Hey, Rebus, can you give me an intelligence saving throw?
Sure.
Meanwhile, Rayn is like pointing and looking at her like,
I am going to use my advantage for that. Yes.
nice.
Natural 20 for a 21 total.
You look at that orb, and at first there is a bit of a searing sensation in your head, somewhere behind your broken faceplate. But that subsides after a while, and then you notice you've seen these devices before. These are listening devices. Small enchanted stones which allow you to listen in across vast distances. And for some reason, your connection is great for battlefield reconnaissance.
Oh. I relay this information to my party members.
As you do that, Rayn, you were looking at Haral?
No, I was asking, like, without speaking, asking Haral, like, is that it, without speaking it out loud?
And Haral at that point was first, like, tapping on any kind of furniture there to see if there's, like, a double floor in it. And you just hear, like, this... Nope, nothing in there. And she turns around, sees you gesturing, looks over at Rebus, who's looking at this fascinated, and goes, ha! And then you see Haral reach into her bag, her messenger bag, that you saw all these paints and colors stick out of. She pulls out one of these color tubes, and with it in hand, she walks over to Rebus, looks at it. Could I have that?
Sure.
Takes the orb, opens the tube with the paint, puts just a single drop of the paint on it, and all of you hear this as the orb dissolves underneath whatever kind of tincture is in that paint tube.
Gotta be careful with those
What
lead-based
kind
paint.
of paint is that?
What kind of painter are you?
She closes the top, puts it into her bag, and she looks at all of you. You know this Delphine de Lyrandar? Did Did you play a role in getting her incarcerated?
Incarceration was not the goal. A family reunion and a visit to Stormhome was.
I will say this. Delphine is the one who wanted to come back. We were there. But what do you know of Delphine?
She looks at all
Innocent
of you.
painter who came here on a whim to paint a room.
She looks around. Before I answer that question, one more thing needs to go from that room. She looks up, and at the ceiling of the room, there's this gauche chandelier hanging there. And she points at it. The magical alarm is probably hidden up in that chandelier.
The one that will make noise when magic is used?
Exactly.
I have a way to get up there, but magically, so...
Just,
Can I
how
reach
tall
it?
is the ceiling?
A Dyson and a
fairly-
Rebus tall?
I mean, Dythun and Rebus, like, as silly as this image might look, if one of them took the other on shoulders,
That
they
was
could reach
exactly
up to
my
the
plan.
that would be they
Yes.
could reach the chandelier.
Rebus.
Also, I do have a glaive that is more or less my height, so I could,
Oh, but I need to put my tincture on there. You don't want that on your glaive.
What? Okay, hold on.
That's very fair.
Do you need up there, or can we get up there and bring it down?
She hands over her paint bottle to you. I need that up there. There is probably at the top of the chandelier another probably greenish colored stone hidden there. Put some drops of that tincture on that, and it should immediately sizzle like this one stone that you saw here. Once that's done, we can talk.
Okay, do you want to go on my shoulders, or should I go on your shoulder?
She just said that Dyson should go on your Rebus' shoulders and put it up there.
Well, as she's handing me that, can I do an insight check on this situation? Like, are we disabling alarms, or are we disabling, like, a safety net?
Make
Not
an
that
insight
Dyson-
check.
Not that Dyson would know, like, the different magics, but, like, might know the intention behind it.
You're trying to
Okay.
get a feel for the intention of what you're doing here. Are you making things easier or potentially more dangerous for you?
I don't know. It's 11.
In the meantime, while this is happening, Rayn would have a quick. This is related to the resolving of the chapter, so I'm interrupting. Rayn would have a telepathic link with Dyson. It's like, downstairs, you seemed stressed, concerned, suspicious, and we're assisting her. She's being very assistive. Why?
And with that information, Dythun, you look at Haral, who's handing you this paint bottle, and what probably would raise the most red flags is how just the mention of Delphine and hearing in on the relationship with Leowyn has changed the behavior of Haral and changed her action towards you.
Mhm.
That's a really quick change in her behavior. And you can make of that what you want.
I'll take it,
As I
and
see people,
oh, sorry.
since people seemed a bit, suspicious, trying to assess the situation, I'll look back to Rayn. Just gesture to see if she can have a connection with me.
Okay, connection.
I'm not the best at like body language interactions. I'm trying to learn, but still not quite there. Rain's particularly difficult.
I couldn't help it. What is
maybe we should ask. We should ask the painter about what she got in her pocket. I don't know if this might have to do with her behavior.
Was there something in her pocket to be concerned about? Oh, that's right, you told me.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
I'm not sure if this is the right moment, but we should ask about it. Anyway, and I'll go back to, helping Delphine.
Yeah, Delphine will, like, walk over and, like, up. Alright, okay.
Well, this really awkward moment, right? Reva's just, I squat so that I can get Delphine's legs on my shoulders, just very clumsily lean on my glaive to get back up with Delphine on top. Hold here, just this was broken, but like, just don't fall.
Delphine, you climb on the back of your Warforged companion, and after a bit of a struggle, you can get on top of their shoulders, and you're very close to the chandelier. Your ears strafe these kind of glass pearls that dangle from the chandelier, and you hear like there's this ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-ling as they strafe, and the GM thinks if that counts as a beatbox, but he doesn't care. This was the third beatbox in 15 minutes, so let's go on. And you can reach further up through the glass baits, and you do find at the place where the chandelier is connected to the ceiling, after just a little bit of looking, you see that you can undo a small plate there, and there's indeed a small green orb hidden in it.
How loud was the sizzling on the first one?
Loud enough for everyone in the room to hear it. Like, it was quite audible.
Okay. I very badly just want Delphine to, because like he wants to pocket it, but he knows if he doesn't do it, the sound won't be made. But I also know Delphine could not mouth the sizzling sound very well. I think he just hesitates for a minute. He's like,
Do it!
He'll pour it on there. No.
He pours it on there. You're like, yeah, you pour it on there, and all of you.
He's like, I don't have the points.
Oh, come on!
For this.
You put it on there, and you hear the shh. All of you can hear coming down from the chandelier, and you also see a little bit of smoke coming off from it. Rayn, I would say that of all the people in the room here, you're the most arcanely in tune with things. You notice shortly after the shh sound that the air in here feels lighter. You feel a relief.
I fly up 2 feet in the air, and if there's a flower vase in here with water, immediately I control water and lift it up and start swirling it around.
There's not a flower vase, but there's like a pot of dirty water here that one of the other painters has used to clean brushes in. So you basically have like this strangely coffee-colored color of mixed paint water coming out of it that you're now moving about with your control water. And there's not a sign of any kind of magical alarm going off.
Oh, that's much better.
And Haral says, yeah, this is indeed much better. And
if you would please Stand by the door. Guard it. Now.
Make sure it's water and not turpentine. But, you know.
Are you saying those instructions to Haral or to your companions?
To Darian.
Oh, to Darian. Keep an eye on the door. And he goes
Put
over
your
there.
back to it.
I have
nice
my
and
back towards...
Nice and strong.
I know how to guard a place.
Well, I think we need to be guarding a little bit more than something. And I'm going to float around right in front of Haral. Who are you?
She smiles. And she puts down her bag. And she has like this very simple tunic over most of her body. And she looks around the room. And then she pulls part of her tunic back over her chest. And you see that there is most of her left upper chest up to her shoulder. What you first notice is there's like these serious burn marks on the skin of this orc woman. But almost as if they're growing out of the burn marks, you see these swirling and barbed patterns that go all over her shoulder and probably even down her back. And you have some of you might have seen various dragon marks in your lifetime. This looks like a dragon mark, but at the same time looks nothing like a dragon mark.
Does this make Rayn tingle? She has other aberrations, things about herself.
To a degree, to say it like that, it would makes Rayn tingle in that regard.
Having seen other dragon marks, do I notice anything archaic about it? Do I notice anything arcane about it? It's not just a tattoo gone bad.
It is certainly not a tattoo gone bad. This definitely is a dragon mark, but it just doesn't look like any kind of dragon mark any of you would have seen ever before. Maybe, I don't want to speak for everyone in this room. Haral covers herself up again and says, I am Haral, and I am a painter, but I'm also a member of House Tarkanan. And I have a bit of a stroke of luck here, it seems. Not only am I given a chance to work my trade, but I'm actually finding some surprise allies, and I'm finding another mark of the house. And she looks over at Delphine.
Should I put you down? Do you want me to? Do you want to?
I assumed I would have gotten down by now. Yes.
I like envisioning that the two were just stacked.
Power tower. Let's go.
Running around for the rest of their lives.
How does mounted combat work?
Time to pull up those rules. Yeah. No, you're lowered, and you see that Haral looks at you, Delphine, as she mentions that she's found another mark of her house here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We have been looking at various playthroughs for you, Delphine. Straytail? Shadowmane? What do you prefer?
I prefer we leave it at Delphine. Hello? Haral. Halal's a meat. Haral. See, I'm terrible with names. Delphine knows the name, I swear. Haral.
Does he though?
Yes. I even have it written down.
Haral nods and says, I'm gonna be blunt with you. I've been hired here for a task of most importance. I am here on a duty to assassinate the Matriarch. And I would be, well, my house would be very helped if Delphine de Lyrandar lives and leaves this place.
Shit, I told Darren to stand by the door. Is he still by the door?
He's by the door and he's looking like he has like his eyes wide and he's just looking at Haral.
I immediately walk over to Darian. And I like place a hand on his shoulder.
Did she just say
I push him away from the door.
What
and then I stand
doing?
in front of the door.
But is he still, you want him to stay in the room or are you shoving him out of the room?
I'm shoving him like away from the door. Like, no. You
further
are staying...
into the room.
I'm between him and the door now.
Okay, right, exactly. So and he's like, wait, and he doesn't compute what's happening right now. So you just shove him over and he's standing there and he's just like, what? So here's where maybe the situation gets a lot better for you and where we don't have to interfere with each other. I will be probably, and she looks around the room, looks into her bag, need another half an hour for a bit of preparations. And the consequences of my actions here will probably raise some alarms very quickly. Great opportunity for you to get Delphine out of here, wouldn't you say?
Well, there are certain variables that should be considered. This adds a whole new level of complexity.
I do agree with that. It does complicate matters a little bit, but complicated matters don't necessarily have to be bad.
I certainly would like to discuss this with Delphine herself.
Well, that's a little bit hard at the moment, is it not?
Well, yes, thank you for stating the obvious.
As a Rayn just kind of thinks, is like walking around thinking, listening. There's a balcony here?
This room doesn't have a balcony, but there's a fairly large window and the curtains are pulled shut at this point. There's just a little bit of light filtering in through these curtains.
I need some fresh air to think. I'd like to go to that window and pull it open and like pull the curtains open, get open for some fresh air. Like, were we even close to Delphine's room? I say as I try to open the window.
And you see her all say, probably not far away, a matter of a few meters. You pull the window open, right?
The curtain open, and I want to open the window. Just
yeah, the window has like these old-fashioned, like, not like logs, but like these little steel bars that you have to lift up to like open up the room. So there's like this as you lift them up. And there's like, someone should really clean this window once this room is painted, because like for like a royal or noble place, there's quite a few stains on this window. So you slowly open it. As you do that, Rayn, could you give me a perception check, please?
Perception.
Yes, please.
That's not 20, total 20.
At 20, total 20. So you ask that question, listen to Haral while you open the window, and you look across out of the room, and you see that you can see on the same floor, you can see other windows from rooms not too far away. There's a little beneath you is a little garden that you can look into. Another beautiful fountain in the garden. You can hear a bit of water rushing there, trees and everything. Very tranquil, actually. Looks like a very calming place. And there's even a few little pools that you could take a bath in if you wanted to. very serene temperature as well. And as you look out there and see those details, you see some people down in the garden. You see on the same floor as you that there's a room with a balcony on the outside. And you see a figure moving in that room. And as you look, you first see like, oh, there's someone else. And then you look again. Wait, you recognize that hat. You recognize that hair. And then the door to the balcony is pulled open, and you see Delphine leaping off the balcony.
Is she more than 30 feet away from me?
She is more than 30 feet away from you. And you just see her leap out downwards. And Harald just stands behind you like, she's not far away. You could practically walk down the hallway, probably, where she will be limited to her chambers.
I think Delphine's a little
I jump
bit
out.
more resourceful.
You jump out?
Yeah.
You
Well, I simply don't think it's. Oh, Rayn!
jumping out the window, and as Rayn jumps out, from everyone who's not jumping at the point, could I get a perception check, please? At advantage at this point.
17 for Dyphine.
17.
Ooh, matching 17s. So, both of you notice two things. You do, of course, actually, you notice three things. You notice Rayn is jumping out of a window, but it's pretty much typical game for you to jump out of things. But you also notice, as you look through the window that's opened, you see that out of another room, Delphine has jumped out. But there's another thing that the two of you notice, since you are not caught up in defying gravity or submitting yourself to gravity. You notice that out in the hallway, bells are going off. Alarm bells start ringing. And Harald is looking around, sees that Rayn jumped out of the window, also walks over to the window, sees Delphine jumping out, is like, Harald goes, fuck.
I am now flying, controlled falling, flying towards Delphine.
All right.
My
What did
intent is to
Dyphine
try
and
to
Rebus?
hug.
What did Dyphine and Rebus do at this point while Rayn is controlled flying?
I just
Panic.
shrug and
Oh.
say, yeah, that's about right. And just like go to Dyphine and like gesture him to just go to the window with me and just jump out.
I can't further follow
At this
you.
point, I should probably.
You can't just walk, there's a door. You can't just walk out.
That's fair.
I can't. Dyphine doesn't know if the alarms are from Delphine or from us. At this point, I think. He's gonna walk past Darian and just kind of say, "Don't say anything." Walk up to, like, walking by towards the window. Walk to Horal. We need to have a conversation later, and then like walk to the balcony and just kind of, oh well.
No.
Rebus, what were you doing?
Yeah, essentially the same. Just I look one last time at Darian and Harald. Shrug one more time, say that's about as expected. Just also jump.
All right.
Go down.
Why?
All of you jump out, and all of you with
Just for the bit. Just for the
with-
bit. Listen,
with-
Ida. We have to.
But hey, you didn't need to jump out of the damn window.
But Delphine and I have ways to like
No,
not go
but-
splat.
no,
Both of
but-
you go
But
splat.
Dyphine already jumped, so like, you know.
So
Why
we
would it
have
make
the
sense?
entire party jumping out of one or another window, some of them capable of flying, others not capable of, as you're going towards
We'll be
this
One
fine.
question: Did the Rebels look through Delphine's stuff when she gave them the? Okay, good to know.
No.
You're fucked.
Excuse
I
me, who
guess-
do you take me for? I respect the lady's privacy. I would never.
I appreciate this a lot.
And with that, all of you are up in the air, and we're going to take another break as we see people jumping out of things. But before we go into our break for a few minutes, the final break for today, we do have another giveaway round. So we're giving away our second bundle for today. What's in the second bundle for today?
The second bundle is a $10 gift card to dieharddice.com. Pick out your favorite set of click-clackies or spend it on another more fancier set that you'd like to get their amazing store, amazing customer service, not sponsor affiliated, and also a digital copy of the DM's Guild Silver Medal bestseller, Prismatic Veil, written by our Carol.
Yes, and what fancy word do we want to see from people to join in if they want to join in for the second round?
How about jump?
Just type jump in chat if you want to join again. And you can also join for the second giveaway if you joined for the first giveaway. So type,
but not if you have won the first giveaway.
but not if you
that's
have
it.
won. Exactly. If you haven't won,
we
you
just
can
want to be fair here.
just type jump in chat to get into that giveaway as well for the second bundle. And we are going to take a quick little break as we see where we're going to take this before we wrap up today's session. So see you in a few minutes. And we are back. Welcome to the third and final part of today's session on the Convergence Manifesto. All of our heroes are currently up in the air, and so are things up in the air right now. But before we return to all of that, we did another round of our giveaway. We have a few people that entered our giveaway for a gift card and other great stuff. And now the winner is still up in the air as well. But Ida, would you do us the honors?
Press the button. Rolling the dice.
Rolling the dice.
Rolling the dice. Number. That's Jelly Waffle. Jelly.
Jelly Waffle wins the second bundle. Congratulations. Thank you for participating, and we'll be reaching out to you as soon as possible to make sure your prices reach you as quick as possible. Thank you very much.
If you're not in our Discord, get in there because I think that's the easiest way also to reach you too. Please.
And even if you don't win prizes and you want to hang out with us, check out our Discord below our stream here to hang out with us outside of the game. There is also a certain amount of discord right now in the party, or at least in events for the party, because all of you have decided to jump out of windows. 2 of you are capable of some kind of controlled falling, while others are not. So, Rayn, let's start with you. Rayn, you were the first one to jump out, and if I understood it correctly before our break, you would also start flying so that you zoom towards Delphine.
Mm-hmm. Superman flying, Wonder Woman flying over with the attempt to catch Delphine.
You fly over, and Delphine, from your perspective, this is also quite this is quite an interesting view from your perspective, because after your conversation with Esravage, once the door was closed, you basically just decided to turn around and jump off the balcony. And you jump off, and as you start falling, you look to your side and you see Rayn flying towards you. And especially when you're dashing and making it your priority to get over to Delphine, Rayn, you can reach her as she's about maybe 10 feet before she hits the ground. Do you want to try to catch her?
Yes.
I'm casting Feather Fall.
But
sorry?
I'm casting Feather Fall.
You're casting Feather Fall.
Yeah, which might end up in Rayn dashing forward, Feather Fall.
Well, I think you're casting Feather feather fall will at least make it way
Completely
easier for Rayn
misses.
to catch you. So, Rayn, could
Yeah,
you
but
still...
I don't want to get catched from her.
I want to catch you.
In that case, can I get from both of you an athletics check
Sure.
for some aerial athletics here?
Athletics or acrobatics?
He said athletic.
I said athletics, yeah.
Oh, worth a try.
It's not bad.
Uh, 16 for Rayn.
Same.
Rollies?
Who wins that now?
Let's do rollies. Both of you roll a d20 and
Okay,
see who
yes.
rolls
Both of
higher.
us, I was like, I saw the roll, I was like, should I cat vantage this?
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, yes.
Can I cat vantage the second roll?
No, rollies cannot be advantage.
Is Rollies silver
15.
barbsable?
No, rollies are not silver barbs.
No, rollies are just rollies.
rollies are rollies.
Deal
Rollies
with
are
it.
rollies.
That's meta.
Total athletics, total 11.
No,
Just roll a
doesn't matter.
d20.
This is
You
rolling.
don't
10,
add
10,
anything.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
15.
15. So, Rayn, you come flying in, and as you think that you have the perfect trajectory, you dive down with speed, angling yourself to catch Delphine. But as you fly past, you see that her fall has slowed down. And as you zoom by, Delphine gently lowers to the ground.
What the?
Meanwhile,
I'll flip around past and get behind her. It's like, I was going to catch you, darling.
Totally ignoring Rayn right now.
We have a room where we can use magics. It is
You
safe.
hear, as you say that, Rayn, you also start hearing the alarm bells ringing from all the corners around you. It's all around. And you also see that there's still two companions of you who are just falling.
I didn't see
And-
that. They went after me.
Dythun and Rebus, you are full fall. Is there anything you would like to try to do to soften the landing?
I think Dythun, I kind of described as kind of rolling off the edge. I think he would be trying to kind of catch himself on the bottom of the balcony and then drop from there to something else, and then kind of a series of drops.
So basically trying to hold on to something so you can make smaller drops to get down there. All right. As you do that, can you give me also an athletics check, please? We're back at the topic of athletics checks for Dythun. You're good at those, aren't you?
He's very good at these. That's a 19.
Very good. 19. Excellent. You find perches at some windowsills and other things that you can hold on to kind of slow down your fall and break it up into smaller compartments, basically. And eventually, with one final drop of about another 10 feet, you land on the ground on some softer grass in this little garden area, to the shock of some of the people who have been bathing in a few of these pools there, who look up at all these people coming out of the sky and all these alarm bells going off, and might be in for another surprise as there's still a Warforged falling. Rebus, is there anything you would like to do to soften your fall?
Well, I just want to perhaps go against the wall so I can lessen my fall by grabbing onto it, but most importantly, I'm just trying to angle my body so that I can properly what is this called in English?
Three-point landing?
Brain. Sure, yes. It's not what I was going for, but that'll do.
Clawing into...
I give no fucks anymore. I'm just... we do this all the time, so might as well.
All right, so you claw a bit into the wall as you slow down your fall with that. You do notice with your metallic frame in hands, you can pretty easily dig into some of the stonework here as you basically slow down your fall, crushing through the wall, and eventually try to go for a good landing, but I still need an athletics check from you for that.
Dythan, as he lands, just like, ooh, weird, there's a rock right here.
25.
25. You stick that landing perfectly. Shards of rock and stone falling behind you as you land softly next to Dythun here on the ground. And you hear from behind you in one of these pools, you hear this voice going, "Oh, the audacity!"
What?
What? Apologies.
Apologies.
We'll be moving.
We're on our way.
The alarm keeps going off, and you can hear from all these kind of passageways that lead out into the garden. You hear armored footsteps running, and you can already see people approaching this part of the courtyard here as all of you are in here, down in this yard. And I'm going to pull up a map to show you what's going on here, because this might get a little bit rowdy. Let's see. As we're doing that, I'm going to put Delphine over there. Rayn is probably close next to her. Then we have Dythun, and we have Rebus. But I also need to put a few other people on there. Hop.
In the meantime, while Delphine is totally ignoring Rayn just kind of like really tries to like get Delphine to listen for a second, like trying to like hold her shoulder or turn her around or something.
Well, basically just looking for a second at the Rayn and slapping her hand away.
Did you find out what you want to do then?
I have put all of you on a little map here.
Need a map.
And where is my...
What a cool map, by the way.
Thank you.
It has like little lights and everything. So nice.
A bit of mood lights and everything. So the situation right now is you are out all here in this garden area, a large fountain in the center, and rushing out from different directions are these armored soldiers, weapons in hand and everything. They look around and you just hear one of them shouting to the other, "Stop the fugitive!" And they start to come down upon you. And I'm going to need all of you to roll me an initiative. And can I remind you, in case you still have cat advantage, you can also use that on your initiative roll if you want to. Just quickly going for a round of.
Let's do this.
Just quickly slotting in a few people in there.
I'm switching dice. And it's a good thing I already have advantage. These dice are not rolling super well. They rolled well once, that's it.
As I'm about over here with my hat, I'm noticing my wig is sliding down my head. And it feels really weird.
Your brain just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, it's like really weird. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got them all in. Oh.
Okay.
All right. So, how about we start with Rebus? What did you get for initiative?
26 for Rebus.
26.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if I will hit anything, but I got one good roll.
Amazing. Rayn, what did you get? 2 or 11?
11.
11. Okay. 11. What's your dexterity?
Plus 0, 10.
10. Okay. Delphine, what did you get?
I got 17.
17.
It's a good thing I have advantage because that first one was a 1.
And from the advantage from your shield, right?
Yes. I
Gotcha.
still have yet to use that, I think.
All right. And then we have Rebus. What did you get? Oh, sorry, we did have. Oh, sorry, I did already do Rebus. Delphine, sorry.
20.
20 for Delphine. Okay. 20 for Delphine. Perfect. That means
We got 1 dose of advantage, but no name set to which it goes.
well, there's not many people who currently still have it.
3 people. That's still
3
a lot, you know.
Oh, yeah, indeed, Talos, you do have to shout out a name. We keep that dose in reserve. We just keep an eye on chat, and then we'll hand it over to someone.
Okay.
Top of initiative with an impressive 26 in round 1 is Rebus. Rebus, you're all the way on the eastern side, and basically you can see to your south, there's 2 of these guards that have come rushing out. Delphine is close to you. What would you like to do?
Right. Can I see the exit or any way in which we might be going? What is our goal?
There are a few possible exits, though you're not clear yet where you want to go. There is in the eastern, in your eastern direction, there's one in the southern, western, and northern direction. So there's multiple ways from which you could access, but currently from all directions, there's also guards coming at you.
Right. Well, I will move close to my companions. Or, try. And really just, I guess, shout at them. We need to get out of here now. What is the plan?
That's all for you for this turn?
Yeah, for now, I just want to know what we're doing. Nobody has attacked yet, so there's no reason to attack anybody.
All right. Perfect. And we've got a few extra doses of Catvantage for that. Rebus ends their turn at this point, and we move on to initiative count 20, which is Delphine, actually. And you can hear Rebus coming at you with that, and you see all these guards converging at you. What would you like to do?
Okay, so like from looking at her, she definitely recognizes Rebus, like seeing that they are running towards her. She also, it's also like, okay, yeah, Rayn tried to hold her back and things like this. But there are several things that are coming together at this point, which are not in favor of the group right now. I'm sorry for that. So, looking, basically, she knows the exits of this area. Can you ping right now?
Yes. So, would you also specifically be looking for an exit that would get you out of the Lyrandar estate? Like,
oh yeah, that would be preferable right now.
Then the one here to the south, all the way in the south, that will be one way to at least get closer to the exit. There's still some parts of the garden remaining beyond that, but if you're looking for a way to get out of here, going southwards is the fastest way.
Okay. So...
Oh, I forgot I can move.
Like how far? 80 feet to get out, I guess?
Yeah, at least to get very close to the exit, yeah?
So, let's see. I can run with a dash 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I can Misty Step for 30 feet. It would give me 90 feet.
Is Misty Step a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay. Then you could...
Would that get me out there?
Then you would get to that area down there, yeah.
No, I'm specifically asking if it would get me out there.
It would get you outside of the confines of this battle, but you wouldn't be out of the Lyrandar estate.
Okay, then let's say can I do anything else? Then I'm just running upwards 60 feet. That might be the fastest solution for this.
So you're going north towards that. If you go... Oh, no, you're going that direction, 60 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. Downwards I can just move. I'm stuck on the...
Yeah, there's the fountain counts as a wall, so you have to move around it a little.
Okay.
You can't run through the fountain.
That's shit. How much did I run? 25, 20. Okay, so 60 feet I can run. This was 55, so... No, 45.
45, so another 15.
Okay, there we go. Okay, cool.
Gotcha. Anything else on your turn?
Wait,
Got your action to dash?
Yeah, then action to dash, yeah, exactly. Then, yeah. Okay, that's okay for now, yeah.
That's okay for now. All right, that leads us to one of the turns of one of the guards further to the north, who is going to... Also is going to spend his action dashing all the way over here. That's his turn. Then we have another guard that is going to do the same thing, dashing, however, past Rayn. If you want to, you can take an opportunity attack if you want to, Rayn.
Can I try to trip him? No, well, I can only make a melee attack, right? A trip,
Right.
A shove is
Yeah.
not a...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. I'll flavor it like I'm trying to trip him. Like I'll just try to aim for his feet.
Gotcha.
I'm going to whip out my staff and just try to bonk at his kneecaps.
Bonk at the kneecaps.
That is a natural 1.
That goes wide as he just runs past and ends his turn there. Bringing us to another one of these guys, who is going to move a little bit closer, and who is actually pulling out from the hip a crossbow and is going to fire at you, Delphine.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 21 hit?
Oh yeah, that hits.
That is 6 points of piercing damage. And that ends that guard's turn. And that brings us to Delphine.
Yay. I have a plan.
You have a plan.
I have a great plan.
Oh.
Did Delphine see Delphine?
Do it.
Like, did I see a crossbow very obviously go where Delphine just was.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Because I don't think I have line of sight on the guard, and maybe not Delphine at this second, but I'm pretty sure Dythun, like, battle-hardened enough, would recognize the sound of a crossbow and...
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Absolutely.
he's gonna say, alright, I see we're taking shots. Pull out the Javelin of Lightning, throw it to his left.
Let's go! I love the javelin.
Specifically, like, at that guard, can you see where I'm targeting?
So that you also hit the other other one.
The attack will go to this guy, and I need the guard number 2 to make a saving throw.
Alrighty. Let's do this lightning thing right for the first time on our anniversary. So one night is going to take
6 months.
It took us 6 months to do this right, but I'm going to make a saving throw for that night. That is a 14.
That, I think, beats it. Is 13.
Okay.
They still take half damage. So
Okay.
that is a 1, a 6, a 1, and a 1.
Oh my
7.
god. Put away those dice. Just
I
get
just
new
got
ones.
these. That's what, 9? Half of 9?
Half of 9 is 4.
So, sure. Hold on. I'm getting new dice again. I don't like this
All
dice
right.
either.
But
You should try entering a giveaway for Die Hard Dice at the end of the session.
Would be, I need some, because these guards need to die hard. The attack on the next one, I'm gonna use my cat vantage on this.
Absolutely.
That's very good. Plus 5, so 19.
That hits.
Alrighty. So then he takes the 4d6 and the actual weapons damage. So then 1d6, so 5d6 essentially is the
Right.
easiest way to do that. Okay. I know math.
Math.
This
Come on.
that's so much better. That's 9, that's 10, 14, 15, 16, 17 plus 2. So that's 19 damage.
Yikes. That really hits hard as your javelin zooms past one of the guys and then into the guard that you've flung at. You hear the crackling of lightning as it hits. Beautiful symbolism of losing the Rage of Storms in the House of Storms here. And you fully hit that guy. Anything else you would like to do in your turn?
I'm going to run up to the top guard, drawing my longsword and taking my second attack. Because I think
Swing.
it counts as one attack.
Yep. Yep.
I just
Swing
have to
away.
speak the command word to make the lightning happen. So, second attack. Whoa. Stay on the
Love the
board. That's
javelin.
so good. 18 plus things.
That's hits.
What's my
That
longsword?
hits.
It's a plus
That
5.
hits.
Yeah. Which is the
18
D8?
plus things is
Yeah.
always a hit.
Oh, that's an 8 on a D8. That's a 10.
10 points of damage.
Let's go.
That's so
Swinging in
good.
there.
So I used what, 10 feet?
Yeah.
I know there's gonna be opportunity attacks. But Dythun is going to run the remainder of his 20 feet over to here.
I respect that, but I'm still gonna have to
Although-
make opportunity attacks.
Although I don't think I crossed the one at the. Yeah, I do. I crossed.
Yeah,
in
you
front of him.
do. Yeah, you
That's
do.
how circles work. They go all the way around.
The first attack is a 15. Does that hit? No, sorry, that's an 18.
Yeah, I guess that one hits. What are they? Can I see what they're swinging with?
Long swords.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
That's 11 points of
Take it
damage.
like
I
a
rolled
champ.
6. I rolled a 6 and a 5 on the damage. It's
All right.
And the second attack against you. Yikes! That's a 24.
A 6 and a 5. They get 2 dice for a damage.
They got 2 dice.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why'd you tell me that?
Like
I'll-
two-handed longsword.
I will show you my monster stat blocks the next time before
No,
the
no, it's
session,
fine,
so
I'm
you
kidding.
can so you can approve them.
I would appreciate that. What did you say? 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll surprisingly doesn't hit. Weird. Weird.
You're taking 4 damage from that one.
That's much better. Thank you. Real quick. Do I want to action search? No, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna action search.
All
And I'm
right.
just gonna keep running.
Run.
Get out. So I can get to there.
Right.
Just run and just hello. Oh, wait, I have 35 feet. I have 10 more feet of movement. I was counting wrong. I guess I'll go there.
Yeah, but you can imagine, like, it looks now like you're on the map. It looks like you're on a roof, but you're basically underneath a gateway there that goes underneath that that place.
Just
And that's your turn.
yes. Just, hello. Let's go.
Okay, that leads us to one of those guards that you were attacking, and that guard is going to move a little bit up over here. And yeah, apparently there's other people they have to worry about as well. So this guard is going to fire a crossbow at you, Dythun.
Bring it.
That's a 17 hit.
That misses.
Whew. Okay, that was that guard's turn. That brings us to the other guard that you just threw a javelin at. And that guard follows suit and is also going to fire at you with a crossbow, Dythun. But I guess a 4 doesn't hit.
No.
So
does
that
not.
ends their turn, and it brings us to Rayn's turn.
Finally. What do I do? I'm gonna.
There's all these circles and angles.
Yeah, someone's testing. You can click.
Somebody is measuring.
Rayn hasn't seen
Sorry.
where anyone has run and has no idea what's going on or what the plan is. People are just running. So Rayn is going to walk over to this guard and in her best Karen voice say, I was on a tour here and now is people attacking. I am most displeased. What is going on? Is this guard wearing metal?
Yeah. Yeah.
As I try to grab the guard's like lapel to like what is going on here? That's going to be a shocking grasp, I believe, with advantage because they are wearing metal.
Yeah, there's a lot of metal on them. Yeah.
15 plus 6 math.
Yeah, math hits. 21. Math strikes again.
And
Math.
it's going to be 1d8 lightning damage. That's going to be total 5 damage, and it cannot take reactions.
Perfect. You zap him as you Karen the heck out of him.
What is going on? That was 25 feet I moved, and I keep on moving to the next guard. It's like, I have a question for you. Can't take reactions, that guard. As I like raise my hands to the other guards south of me, like, can you answer what's going on here? And that was my turn.
Gotcha. This guard over to the west is actually going to move over to Rayn as he goes over there like, ma'am, please stay back. We're taking security measures. There seems to be some unrest here, and there's a fugitive on the loose. Please stay back, ma'am. And he's just like trying to calm you down. He's basically spending his action calming you down.
It's not my turn, but I try to argue back. But
Okay. And that is the bottom of initiative. We're going back to the top of initiative for Rebus.
Right. Well,
I am going to go towards these 2 guards because they are just in reach for me. Well, almost. Yes, they are. I have a glaive.
Mhm.
And as I am running, I would like to transform into my beast form and grow a tail made of cables, and I would love to rage.
Yes. Oh, yes, with the red lights. Oh,
Yes.
Let's
super
go.
cool.
We got this.
So you are raging. The light has turned red, and you are in melee range of at least one of them.
Yeah, I will attack. Cause
Sweet.
pardon me. You are in the way. I'm trying to use my advantage because I refuse to not be able to hit people. 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You hit. That hits, so you can roll damage.
Oh, come on! I rolled a 1 on my damage die.
But you add
What
from
is
your rage,
this?
you do add +2 damage.
I know. 7 total
7 damage.
slashing damage.
7 slashing damage. This guy is having a very bad time as there's now a raging warforged with a tail made out of cables, asking it politely to step away, step to the side. Anything else you would like to do? in your turn?
He hasn't. So he hasn't stepped away. So I'm going to attack again.
Perfect.
11. I think
That
11
unfortunately
hits.
doesn't hit.
Oh,
And
well. Got one.
anything else in your turn?
No, that's it. Just.
All right. That brings us from Raging Rebus to Delphine. Delphine, you have been making your dash down there. You've seen that Dythun has caught up with you down there, and the guards are converging on you. What would you like to do?
Oh. So. I'm. Okay. Dyphun is in front of me. The guards are behind me. I am using. I'm not using this. I'm using as a bonus action Expeditious Retreat, which allows me to, as a bonus action, to make a dash action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using basically movement, action dash, bonus action dash, which gives me like, how far do I come? 120 feet?
Yes, you're basically.
So which should be get me out of there.
Right, you basically become a blur as you move at impressive speeds out of this area.
Dythun just like turns around. All right, Delphine, we're ready to move.
Dyphun might just hear a very, very short sorry as she just dashed by.
Yeah, and you can easily make it out of the distance. And what you would notice, Delphine, is you start running down a set of stairs that are carved into a small cliff that go further downwards and further towards the exit of the compound. I assume that's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
I am going to be so rude to move you a little bit, like this. And that brings us to more of these guards who see the target they're pursuing turning on the afterburner, and they are this guard over here. 5 feet, 10
I want to speak to a
feet,
manager.
30 feet. Is like also using his action again to move, and would move by Dythun. Dythun, would you like to take an opportunity attack?
Like, I know on the map Delphine's like right here, but like
yeah, but she's way
Delphine's,
further
like,
away.
Way, yeah, no.
Yes. Yeah.
Dythun's gonna hold off for now.
Gotcha. That one's go.
He's
This
thinking
one.
like Delphine can handle one.
this one is going also spending his... Would you like to take an opportunity attack against that one that's dashing by you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. He'll attack that one.
Do it.
That's a lot.
Math, you would say?
Math?
Math?
Math 21.
Math 21 does hit.
Wonderful. I don't have to use this on my turn, do I? No, just when I hit with a weapon.
Yeah, if you... Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to distracting strike this one.
Ooh.
So if somebody attacks, wait, before this, never mind. I'm not going to distracting strike that one. I thought that worked differently.
Are you still gonna roll damage?
I'm still gonna attack. I'm not gonna distracting strike that one though. What is that? D8? D8? Where's the D8? There it is. That's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Wham! That goes in there as he runs by, and you see the oof out of that guardsman. We have one more who is trying to catch up with the wayward Lyrandar. Dash. Over here. And there. Moves it and there. And that brings us actually to Delphine, your turn.
Perfect.
Don't forget to hydrate.
Oh, whoops. Did forget that. I was too focused on this combat. Delphine seeing Delphine just like book it. He doesn't think these guards can catch her, so he's actually going to come back this way.
Gotcha.
I can't. It collides with a. Okay, I'm going there. Is there a wall I actually couldn't move through?
No, you could have. There's a little bit of wall that's not visible to you, but this was a legal move. You were allowed to do that.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna actually attack this person twice in front of me.
Ooh, yes.
First attack. That's a lot. Again, math 22.
Math, as always, does hit.
Perfect. I am going to distracting strike this one. So then, where's my other D8? There it is. I love dice. 16 points of damage.
Okay.
To how do I that one?
That really hit hard, and you see he's buckling on his legs, like, oh! You want to take a second attack?
Absolutely. Second strike, same as the first. Not as many, but math 16.
That does not hit. Math fails you this time, as he quickly brings up his sword to parry, and it does not hit.
Oh well.
That was your turn?
Yes.
All right.
Don't have any bonus actions, so.
The guy that you attacked is going to take a swing against you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure a 15 does not hit.
Yeah, misses.
That ends their turn. But the one right next to them is also going to take a swing at you. A 19, does that hit?
Shield.
Shield. Vroom, going up into the air.
That.
The attack being parried. And that brings us over to Rayn. Rayn, there's still this guy next to you, like, calm down. Ma'am, please. We're doing our work here.
I see everyone is running away. But Rayn is a bit now thinking, it's like, Delphine didn't want to hear what I had to say. Fine, I guess I have to deal with it. And I am going to... I'm going to try subtle magic.
Mm-hmm.
fog cloud. So
Where are you going to place that?
right on me.
Right on you.
So that's a
20-foot radius sphere of fog.
there. It just appears. And then movement. I want to fly up. I want to get back to the window I came from.
Gotcha. Yeah. That would be in this eastern direction. But
Yeah.
you can, if I understand you correctly, because this is a 20-foot radius sphere, you're basically, first part of your movement is still in heavily obscured terrain as you're going up before you ascend further up.
Correct. I want to use my full movement to do that.
Yeah, you see as this guy is standing next to you that tells you like, please, ma'am, calm down. You make the fog appear. And
It's while I'm still arguing with him, and this cloud just emanates. So hopefully he didn't notice or see me cast because it's subtly cast.
exactly. And he's like, this smoke appears to you like, what in the hells? And
What's going on? What's going on? Whoosh.
whoosh, you go upwards and use all the movement you have remaining to ascend.
Yep, 35 feet.
35.
And I want to go back to that window we jumped out of. You said it was 20 feet up? You said it was 20 feet up that window?
Yeah, that would be 20 feet up. So you don't even have to move like your full 35 feet up. You could move your like 20 feet up and then still move 15 feet to the east.
Yeah. Sure. I'll take a diagonal route. Can I, from where I am, get back into the room?
From where you are, not on this turn, but you can start your move towards the room.
I'll do that. So
Okay, so
hopefully
you
no
would-
one saw that.
If I may be so rude,
Yeah.
I could move you this far already. This is the remaining 15 feet that you have from going up 20 feet, so that you're on the same level as the room, and then you can move 15 feet to the east for getting closer to the room.
Okay,
All right.
that's my turn.
That's your turn, and that leaves us with this one guard in the fog cloud, and you just hear him as you move like, what is going on? And he's basically just bumbling around in the fog cloud looking for a way out. And that ends this turn and this round. And the situation right now is that Delphine, through the use of her magic, has sped up and run very far ahead of the party on an attempt to escape the Lyrandar estate. Alarms are ringing through more and more parts of the estate. Guards are coming after you. You are battling some of them. Some of you return to the room you came from, and you do know that there's also an assassin here to kill the Matriarch. Things are getting chaotic. A storm is brewing over the House of Storms. But what it will bring and where lightning will strike, we'll find out in the next session. Woo! Alrighty!
I'm so sorry, people. I'm so sorry.
No,
Oh my
this is
God.
wonderful.
Where is this going?
I don't honestly know anymore.
Southward, apparently.
Well, Rayn
Like
went the
always.
opposite direction. Bye.
Sorry, I need to do this. Okay, this was better than the one at the start. Yay! This was our anniversary game. And before we start talking about the session, I think we still have a few things to give away. How about we run our final giveaway while we wrap up the session? We still have one bundle left. What's still left in the bundle that we have to give away?
There's still one Die Hard Dice $10 coupon in there. And one copy of Prismatic Whale, an adventure that I wrote last year. I think, yeah, last year.
Perfect. So we just need another new word that people can put in chat while we look for a final winner for the giveaway. Any suggestions?
How's chaos? That's
Store.
what's happening
Chaos.
here.
Chaos is
always
perfect.
wins.
Yes, put chaos into chat. We're gonna have that running for a few minutes, and then we're gonna pull a final winner. Chaos in chat for a final giveaway. And while we're gathering our entries for that, I wanna take a chance to say how amazingly happy I am that already for more than a year, I get to play this campaign with all of you. This is, when we started this game, this all started, I mean, if we go way back, this started when, after I was a player on a game that Caro ran on this channel, and I was like, hey, I wouldn't mind running a game on stream. I never live streamed the game before, and I offered the idea of putting up an Eberron game. We got the players together. We had players that I played with before, but also players that I never played with before. And we put this together, and over the course of the sessions, I think this campaign just got better and better. Everyone slowly got into their characters. I had a chance to work with all of your character backgrounds, but most importantly, I have a chance almost every week to play with great players like all of you. Playing with you really makes it fun. I love the dynamic. I love how I have to keep on my feet with what you're doing, and it is so
We're the chaos
amazing
group, really.
to be already doing this for more than a year. So from the depth of my heart, I really want to say honestly, thank you very much that I can be your GM on this game.
Oh, Marcus,
Thank
you for
an
running
amazing
such an amazing
last
game, and not only, you know, following the adventure, but like catering it to us and to our characters, and to like being able to workshop things with you. Just being such a good storyteller and such a fun person to play with. Honestly,
True.
great job so far.
I
Can't wait to
can
see what
still
happens.
I can still remember like last year when we first played together as this group, and you had the same costume on, and we were all totally amazed. I'm like, yeah, okay, you really did this. And yeah, and over the years, just like with each time we played, and the whole story just got better and better.
And it's a group effort. We're all contributing to it. So very glad to keep telling the story, and so happy to have this also as our anniversary session.
This was very fun.
Next year I'll dress up.
Cool. Yeah, please,
Perfect.
don't, next time, Austin, don't come in your casual wear. This was
I'm
really
sorry.
inappropriate.
It's my day off, you know. you get what you get.
You know, people, I really love playing with you. You're all very, very great people. Like you as people. So
I'm very happy to be included in this, and this has just been just a great, like, how 38 sessions?
38 sessions.
Even if I wasn't here for all of them, I watched them. They were all still very fun.
Also, amazing that. Well, thank you to all the people who have watched us at some point throughout this year. Honestly, if we didn't have anybody watching, I don't know if we would continue, at least on a stream, right? And it's, for many of us, the first or second time that we like stream a game, and it's always, you know, it's something to have strangers watch, you know, your shenanigans and the chaotic things that we get up to. So hey, whether, you know, this is your first episode ever, or you've been following since the very first day, thanks to all of you lovely people for watching and hopefully enjoying what we do.
Indeed.
No. I'm just especially happy at the quality of the story we're telling. I mean, we're being led by a really good storyteller, but we're also, I'm happy to be with players who are willing to like take that role play jump, who are willing to push the buttons or willing to have the in-character conversations. And I think that's I'm biased, but I miss that from a lot of other streams as well. I don't think that, and beyond the Eberron setting, which is supposed to be like this like punchy noir heavy dramatic setting, we're wacky. we take that, and we just kind of throw it behind us and say, nope, our story. And I think that would make it like really entertaining. So thank you, the whole table, for like really facilitating that sort of mood and really dynamic storytelling. It's really noticeable what we're putting together, whether or not people watch us in the end. But it's nice that people.
Yeah. You know, right at the beginning where we started with Eberron, I had absolutely no connection with that setting. And over that year, I came to love this setting. Like, it's actually so cool. It's so diverse in what is built and what can be played in there. And it's like, yeah, we have a cool group. We have a very amazing dungeon master who is like making things happen. And like today with that map, like as if he could have read our thoughts, like Marcus, really. when you
the
said,
fact
like,
that you had this map prepared, I cannot, I cannot believe it.
Like, yeah, okay. I think at some point you started reading our minds.
You get to know each other over a year of playing with each other, so there's that as well, yeah. Fantastic.
So this is so great.
Guess
Talking
we'll
about
have to be less
chaotic,
predictable.
talking about chaotic things, there's some chaos in the chat with a few people who have entered for our final giveaway of today, our final bundle. I
so
see a
jealous.
few
I
words
also
of
wanna
chaos
enter.
in there.
Come on.
We're gonna roll one more die for today.
Last chance to type chaos in the chat if you haven't already.
Last
So
chance.
say
I'm going
count
to
the chat.
you have until I blow this whistle again. You have one last chance.
10,
I'm going.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 23.
Let us give you things. Come on.
2. Just type chaos in chat if you want in. 1.
This thing, it kills me.
All right.
Beautiful.
Let's roll the dice.
Okay.
Oh, my neighbors are gonna come knocking at the door. This was so loud. Oh.
The T3. And the winner is... Oh, Tala!
Tala! Tala's Tales,
Yay!
congratulations! Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for dropping by regularly here, Tala. You're going to get a gift card for Die Hard Dice and a copy of the Prismatic Veil, the silver bestseller on DM's Guild by our very own Caro. We're gonna reach out to you as quick as possible. It gets a lot easier to reach out if you join us on our Discord, in case you're not on there yet. Maybe you are there. If you want to join our Discord, below the stream, there's a link to a Discord. Feel free to join there. And also, if you didn't win or you just want to hang out with us, come to our Discord. And before we wrap this up here today, if you like what you saw here, you can see all of our previous videos, all of the previous games of this campaign, but also of all the other stuff we run on this channel on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Horde of Tales. And you can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/horde_of_tales. And there's also a link to our Twitter right below us. Also, we're not done yet for this week on this channel, because on Saturday, we have a little bit of a marathon with a few friendly other streamers who will be streaming on our channel, but they will each be providing their own amazing content they're bringing on here. For Shine a Light on Saturday, 12 November, where we have a bunch of various streamers. We have Desi's and Dragons, who will be streaming here with us. We have Manapod Studios, who will be streaming on our channel. We have a game with a few people from, which is Horde of Tales related.
To the game from Kalmar?
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Kalmar was a player on Horde of Tales when we started as a German stream.
Yeah.
So he is a very, very nice person. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And we also will have Dungeon Delves for actually kicking off that stream on Saturday.
They are actually in chat.
Exactly, Dungeon, you're actually there. So on Saturday, you can find the schedule for our Shine a Light stream and also more information on the charity that we're raising money for also on our Twitter. So feel free to check out our Twitter and hang out with us all day on Saturday here on Horde of Tales channel. I think that is it for now. I want to thank everyone here at this virtual table, everyone in chat, and just everyone for this fantastic session today for 1 year of Horde of Tales. I think, are we gonna rate someone? I think we do have.
Girls from these worlds are
they have their final mouse.
today.
Yes, they have their final Mouse Ritter game today, and we've been rating them for a few weeks now. So let's head over there. But if we can get that raid going, but we should also go out on a nice pose, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we all go out on a nice pose?
What is a nice pose?
Like, I mean, we are off the times. We go with the times. We know what's hip with the youngsters. We know what they do.
Do we do that?
What are you talking about, Marcus?
I know.
We all should go out as a celebration with a dab. So I would like
No.
I refuse.
If we
refuse.
Same.
If we can get a dramatic pose, I'm gonna do a dab. You can do whatever pose you want to do. So
Dab or facepalm.
I was gonna say facepalm was the other alternative.
that is actually a great option. That is, everyone, the best facepalm before we go out.
Yeah, you see the timer there. So
we have the timer. So
I can
get
just
ready for that
click
facepalm.
rate, so.
And thank you, everyone,
bye.
and see you next week.